The story begins by showcasing the struggles and dedication of an ambitious woman, Kang Ji-yoon, in her role as a headhunter at People's. With remarkable skills, she can memorize her clients' profiles with a single glance. Additionally, she has a unique talent for finding the perfect workplace for candidates. Her professionalism shines as she confidently convinces someone initially unwilling to switch jobs, all to meet her clients' demands. However, this job is not without its challenges. Persuading someone who is comfortable in their position to step out of their comfort zone is no easy task. Yet, Kang Ji-yoon always manages to find a way to make things work. For her, success isn't just about satisfying her clients but also proving that she can overcome any obstacle. The opening scenes depict Kang Ji-yoon's success. She appears as a hardworking individual who consistently meets her goals. Yet, behind the scenes, her seemingly perfect life is filled with exhaustion and emptiness. While Kang Ji-yoon is a perfectionist in her work, she struggles with the small, everyday aspects of life. One of the most striking moments revealing her vulnerability occurs when she mistakenly gets into someone else's car. Distracted by her work, she fails to notice that the vehicle isn't hers. Confidently sitting in the back seat, she assumes it's her usual private car with a driver. It's only when she notices the puzzled look from an unfamiliar driver that she realizes her mistake. Embarrassed, she quickly exits the car, trying to hide her mortification. This moment not only provides a touch of humor but also highlights how Kang Ji-yoon's high-pressure lifestyle causes her to lose focus on simple things. Her obsession with work leaves her blind to small details, such as recognizing her own car. This scene adds depth to Kang Ji-yoon's character, showing that despite her flawless exterior, she is still human, with her own weaknesses and struggles. It gives the audience a glimpse into her duality, an unstoppable professional on one side and a vulnerable, relatable individual on the other. Behind her success as a professional headhunter, Kang Ji-yoon faces an ironic and glaring issue. She desperately needs a secretary, but she still hasn't found one. The irony is amusing. Despite her job being to recruit the best talent for others, she's incapable of doing so for herself. This situation is both puzzling and humorous. Several people have attempted to work as her secretary, but none lasted long. Was it because Kang Ji-yoon's work standards were too high? Or perhaps the workload was overwhelming? Even her trusted right-hand assistant, who often helps her out, seems perplexed. How is it possible that a brilliant headhunter like you can't find a suitable secretary? Her assistant teases, half joking yet genuinely curious. Finally, the audience gets a glimpse into one major reason why hiring a secretary for Kang Ji-yoon is so challenging. Her office is an absolute mess. Unlike the typical image of a CEO's tidy and minimalist office, Kang Ji-yoon's workspace resembles that of a lawyer swamped with dozens of high-profile cases. Documents are scattered everywhere, on the desk, the floor, and even on spare chairs. There's no visible system or organization. Everything seems left in disarray. This chaotic setting is a stark contrast to the image Kang Ji-yoon presents to her clients. Outwardly, she is polished, intelligent, and always prepared with the perfect answers. Yet, in her private space, there's a chaos that reflects how consumed she is by her work, leaving no time to handle smaller details like tidying her office. This scenario also sheds light on why so many secretaries haven't lasted long, not just because of the heavy workload but because they have to navigate an endless pile of documents and deal with ever-changing instructions. Perhaps they feel Kang Ji-yoon is so absorbed in her job that she overlooks the importance of effective coordination and communication with her support team. This scene reveals the human and comical side of Kang Ji-yoon, making her character more relatable to the audience. She isn't just an ambitious and seemingly perfect woman, she has flaws that make her more realistic and understandable. As viewers chuckle at the chaos in her office, they're left wondering, will anyone finally rise to the challenge of being her resilient and capable secretary? Even though her workspace is chaotic, there's something captivating about the way Kang Ji-yoon works. Every task she takes on seems to fuel her energy and confidence. She accepts various responsibilities without hesitation, tackling them with enthusiasm and purpose. For someone like me, this is deeply inspiring, a stark contrast to the often rigid and spontaneous nature of civil servant jobs, where assignments seem to arrive unexpectedly, leaving little sense of personal choice. Deep down, I wonder, how can civil service jobs be made as enjoyable and engaging as hers? Yet, her drive and passion can't always mask the physical disarray surrounding her. She's often seen fumbling through piles of documents that cover her desk, chairs, and even the floor. Imagine needing to sift through a forest of papers just to locate her computer keyboard. Amidst this chaos, Kang Ji-yoon now faces a new challenge. Her next target is Yang Hoo-jin, a team director at Hansui Electronics. Hansui Electronics isn't just any company, it's a globally renowned corporation. But what's even more intriguing is that this is where the story's male lead, Yo Eun-hoo, works. Yo Eun-hoo is far from ordinary. As a single father, he exudes an extraordinary charm. His handsome face and calm demeanor make him an ideal figure in the eyes of many women. Yet beneath his appealing exterior lies a man carrying significant responsibilities, both at home and in his professional life. As the narrative begins intertwining Kang Ji-yoon's path with Yo Eun-hoo's, tension and curiosity slowly build. How will an ambitious headhunter like Kang Ji-yoon approach someone like Yo Eun-hoo? Will their meeting spark a new and exciting dynamic? Kang Ji-yoon may seem unstoppable in her professional life, but encountering someone like Yo Eun-hoo will present a fresh challenge, not just for her skills as a professional but also for her heart. How will these two vastly different worlds collide? Viewers are invited to watch, guess, and, of course, brace themselves for the surprises yet to come. After winning the rivalry against Kang Ji-yoon to retain team director Hoo-jin at Hansui Electronics, Yo Eun-hoo enjoyed a brief moment of sweet victory. However, it didn't last long. Hoo-jin ultimately decided to leave the company to work overseas. Initially, Yo Eun-hoo worried that Hoo-jin's decision was hasty and could tarnish his reputation. But upon learning the true reason behind the move, he came to understand and fully support Hoo-jin's decision. Unfortunately, Yo Eun-hoo's workplace began to take a turn for the worse. His boss, who should have been his ally, started openly showing disfavor toward him. When Yo Eun-hoo took leave to care for his sick child, his boss labeled the act as unprofessional, ignoring the urgency and legitimacy of his reasons. The tension escalated as his boss humiliated him in front of colleagues, acted coldly during team dinners, and even excluded him from important meetings. The situation reached its peak when auditors inspected Yo Eun-hoo's desk, accusing him of leaking confidential company information. The accusations were baseless, yet they provided enough reason for the company to fire him. It became glaringly evident, when a company deems an employee no longer useful, they are discarded without hesitation. Sometime later, Yo Eun-hoo appeared at the offices of Peoples, where Kang Ji-yoon worked. Still harboring resentment from their earlier professional rivalry, Kang Ji-yoon was stunned by his presence. Questions flooded her mind. What is Yo Eun-hoo doing here? Is he here to gloat, or worse, to settle a score? Her confusion deepened when they both exited on the same floor. The tension between them grew until Kang Ji-yoon's right-hand assistant casually introduced Yo Eun-hoo as Kang Ji-yoon's new secretary. Kang Ji-yoon's face was a portrait of utter shock. Secretary, she thought, the man who was once her adversary in the professional realm had now been placed in a position to assist her in her daily work. Yo Eun-ho's unexpected arrival as her secretary marked the start of a new chapter, brimming with potential for drama, humor, and intriguing dynamics. How would Kang Ji-yoon cope with this twist? And could Yo Eun-ho rise above their past conflicts to work harmoniously with her? This twist promises an enthralling continuation, leaving viewers eagerly anticipating the surprises ahead.